All right, here we go.
What's up?
Team Fun.
We're back.
Episode recap.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Just like you wanted.
Yeah. To recap, my name's Floyd.
And my name is Becca.
We're Team Fun. We live in Boulder, Colorado. Am I too loud?
It's loud.
Oh, really? And yeah.
And we decided to film our episode recap outside today, even though it's a bit cruxy to find a place that is quiet.
I just hiked up a mountain in these freaking shoes because I didn't.
Because Floyd's not used to the outdoors.
No, I just didn't realize that's what we were doing.
We're honored to be asked back for season 31.
It's crazy.
The reality mashup.
It's crazy. I was at work when they called me. I like stepped out of my office and just like sat in a conference room on the phone with CBS, being like, "Yes, I'm so excited."
I was actually on the prize trip, the Galapagos prize trip that we had won in Vietnam on season 29, and I found out at the very last day of that trip, which was really wild because it was like the Amazing Race has brought me to Ecuador, and now Ecuador is rippling into another Amazing Race, and it was like this crazy cycle of dreams coming true.
Sing it. So we'll just jump into the start. Let's talk about the cast and our first impressions of people.
There was a lot of a speculation based on social media of who might be getting called for this season. We didn't really know until we walked into that room, like the rules room, the week before the race.
Like orientation.
Yeah.
I remember one of the teams I most vividly remember seeing walk in was Colin and Christy. So as soon as they walked in, they sat at like the very front table, and I was just like, Becca, I was like, oh my God, it's them.
And I was like, I know them,
Yeah.
but like they look really intense, but I don't know what I remember about them because they were on season 5.
Yeah, so we were like,
so
dang,
we were like 6 years
they
old.
reached back. Yeah.
And we were really excited to see Brett and Chris because we had met them at Hearts of Reality, and obviously Tyler and Corey were big fangirls of them, and they're big fangirls of us.
Yeah, we were like, let's make an alliance or something. Let's do something. Start at Hermosa Beach. Hermosa Beach. Digging through that sand was crazy. I was stressed out, but it was a lot of fun. There's actually another challenge on Hermosa Beach that they didn't air, and we can't say why. We know why, we can't say. It's all fine. But like if you've been on our social medias or like you've seen the press pics for episode 1, you noticed there were a lot of us pulling these like ropes. People thought they were kites. They're like these big balloon things. There was a reason. We can't talk about that yet. Maybe we won't be able to. I don't know. But it was cool.
Teams set off on this time. We got to travel the world starting in
Tokyo. It's not coming out. When we were in the LA airport, fans came. We had a bunch of fans come up to us, and I remember one woman. She was like, "Did you learn how to ride a bike this time?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Why is that motivation? Like, how is that the words you want to wish me luck when I'm about to leave on the world?" The answer is yes. I mean, I always knew how to ride a bike. I just became more confident. When it's a shrimp trap bike.
It was not an easy bike to ride.
Yeah. Thanks, Becca.
And yeah, I think one of my highlight moments was when some fans handed Leo from the Afghanimals a camera and said, "Will you take a picture of us in Team Fun?"
And we also got to talk to like everyone else for the first time. So like Rupert, he was telling us how his family like watched us and was like a big fan of us.
Which is crazy because we watched Rupert on Survivor when we were first watching the Amazing Race.
Yeah.
Like when these dreams started to become true for us. Yeah. And Rupert is like this ageless creature who has seemed like he's the same to us as he was when we were whatever. I was 11, you were probably like 5.
Yeah. Because we're
watching the Amazing Race.
And that's also what's crazy about the season is it's not just like Survivor, Big Brother, Amazing Race. It's like generations. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So like within each of those 3 shows, you have different generations of Survivors and Big Brothers and racers. So it's kind of like latitudinally and longitudinally
intersectional.
Yeah. So we fly to Tokyo. It's a pretty long flight because we're going all the way across the ocean, maybe like 9 hours or so. We land in Tokyo, and our crew actually said, board this like tour bus at like stop station number 20 something, and once you're on there, like follow the instructions on this tour bus. So when we get on this tour bus, it's like an hour ride because like I think it was the Narita airport's like an hour from like Tokyo, so you have to like bus into Tokyo. And on this bus ride, I was literally like, Rebecca, I have to pee so freaking bad right now. And she's like, are you? And there's no bathroom on this
You're
bus.
like, just pee in a bottle, Floyd.
So I literally almost went to the front of this bus and just peed in the bottle before the leg started. And like, it was funny because when the bus parked, Leo from Afghanimals, he actually said, hey, can we all just make a deal? Like, let's all just like stop and pee and then race. And of course no one did that. But
And there's this like super kooky guy who's teaching us these Japanese words that we're all like taking notes on, making flashcards of.
hot
Like,
dog, hot dog.
hot dog, hot dog,
It's hot dog. I was like, is it
hamburger.
really?
And so we all think we have to memorize these Japanese words for
Yeah,
a
we think it's
coming
a challenge,
challenge. It turns out it was just something to fill the time, but it did give us one word.
Cohen.
Koen.
So Cohen is Japanese for park. So that's why later when you see like Brittany, she's in the subway station and she's pointing at something that says Shiba Park, but she says Shiba Cohen. It's because we learned that park was Cohen. So that actually did help, like when we were trying to find the park with the Mount Fuji. So we get off this bus and immediately we get this clue, and it's like go to the lock shop or go to the Tokyo restaurant. And I'm immediately like, as soon as we start dispersing, I'm immediately like, we're in last place. Like every time, like first legs.
It was a stressful first leg for us. We did not have our legs yet.
No, we didn't. I was freaking out. I was like, surely we're in last place the entire time. And then so we basically like go immediately to this like store. Or like, you remember that? We went to like this store first and like asked like the cashier.
Oh yeah, we did. We went to multiple groceries to ask for directions.
Because we're like, ask local workers where this place is. At one point, we were in the store and they literally pointed right across the street. They're like, it's the lock shop's literally right there. But like, it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was like that building, but we had to like, we walked through it and had to go to the other side of the
Floyd's like looking at mailboxes. There's numbers here.
I was like, these are
There's
locks? These are safes?
Like, Floyd, get with the program.
I know.
The hardest part about Tokyo was not the challenges, obviously, but yeah, just getting around. And even though now in this new age of the Amazing Race, we can just say, hey, can you, like, you don't need to speak English, but like phone, Google Maps, look this place up. And even with a Google map of the place, there's so many roads going in different directions. And
It's like, this was the lock shop, and then like, the edge of building with the sandals was here. So we went here, and then we went all the way up here.
Yeah.
And then we went down, and then went this way.
we did a lot of running.
And then we went this way, like back. Like,
And-
so we like went every direction but the right one.
And it was a rainy day, which was good because it was less people, but it made for like all these umbrellas. And so we were like running through this, ducking through the forest of umbrellas. And everyone in Japan has this clear umbrella. It's like everyone knows the style.
White umbrella.
They're all styled out with their like clear white umbrellas.
Finally find edge of. I'm still like, we're in last place, is what I'm thinking. Who wants a new pair of shoes? I was like, frick yes, I want a new pair of shoes. And I love, one of my favorite kind of challenges are like needle in the haystack challenges.
I hate
so
those
like,
challenges.
I love them. So I was like, this is my jam. So I sit down and basically, I mean, it's like, so I was like trying to figure out like, what can you do? Like color, shade, or whatever. What can I do to tell that these sandals are different? So like I was just pointing at one. I was going all over the place, just like, oh, I'll find it eventually. But then after like my 10th sandal, I was like, this isn't gonna work. So eventually I like started at a corner and just went one by one by one by one. Cause like you're eventually gonna run into it if you do it that way. So that was my strategy. That took me 14 tries.
Though I just had a friend inform me that she was watching the episode with some friends, and one of them pointed out that every single time a chocolate sandal came around, there was something shiny on the strap. I'd have to check again myself.
Go back and watch.
But keep
Maybe
an
that
eye
was
out.
it, yeah.
There could have been a shiny thing.
You had to eat once you found the right sandal, both partners had to eat up to this red line.
But you had to eat the line too.
Yeah, so you were eating
had to
red ink.
Disappear the line.
Also, so I was like probably poisonous. Let's go for it. Okay. Technical difficulties.
Now we cruxed out hard today.
There's a day.
First one. Battery died. We're now on the phone.
That's why if you see a slight change in position or quality, we're trying really hard, okay? Just give us some slack.
Yeah, so we got in a taxi and our taxi driver just dropped us off right at the entrance of the park. But I did get to wear an awesome unitard, which I probably would have kept had it not gotten soaking wet, and a great pink wig.
It's pretty great.
Helmet.
I peed while she was doing it. I was peeing.
Mount Fuji itself, you had to kind of like friction climb up it for a couple moves, and then it had these little handholds that you made it pretty easy to just climb up. Sorry, Art. could have learned from this boy that staying hydrated is very important.
Was it hydration that was the issue, or what
I mean,
was it?
that's what muscle cramps are caused by.
Oh, that was really, when we heard it, because we were all, waiting to do our post-leg interviews, and we knew that there were still 2 teams who hadn't come in yet, Art and JJ and Rupert and Laura, and we were like, who's coming in? And then we heard, like, from the distance, Rupert's, like, deep belly, like, loud, and we were like, oh. So then we're like, what the frick happened? And we heard, we didn't get to see it, and we didn't get to see Art and JJ, but we heard what happened
And
from
then they
Rupert
took a penalty,
Laura.
and we're like,
They're great dudes.
and that's a major bummer. No one wants that.
So we wish them the best. Let's talk about some things. Becca and I are not dating. It was a joke, but apparently half of America didn't realize that. So that's a thing.
But you can think whatever you want to think.
Yeah, you can think.
If it makes you happy to think we're dating,
sure.
go for it.
Okay. I gotta highlight. So I don't really as much go on like the Reddit or other online stuff, trying to stay away from that, but I peruse it every now and then. We came across this piece of art right here. Bing.
Bing! Which is hilarious.
What was the name? Jose Nanigans?
Yeah, Jose
What was your
Nanigans.
username?
Thank you for your
Honestly,
art.
that's so cool. Like, message me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And,
Yeah, please.
I would I'll pay you for that. Like, that's so cool. At Floyd JP3.
And at Becca_beatbox.
That's
Please, message us. We definitely want to share that and make
seriously.
sure you get credit for
seriously,
it.
fan art is so cool, and thank you. Like, we want
Even though you can see the stress of the race in our faces in that.
Also, why am I in Becca's back? Like, that's true. That's what would happen.
Yeah.
But I was just, why'd you assume?
Look at these guns. Solid middle of the pack finish for Team Fun.
Yeah, that's what you got to start. You can't get cocky.
Got to stay under the radar.
Yeah.
In the middle.
Even though we about to get U-turned for some reason, which we'll talk about next episode.
As you noticed, we made our own custom Fun Stoppable shirts. I got the Funnimeter rocking the O here. We made these shirts, and we are really excited that we are now sharing and be able to spread the Fun Stoppable spirit with all of you. So if you go to funstoppables.com, that's Funstoppable with an S, you can purchase and represent. Our color this season was orange, so we made orange shirts, and then we also self-proclaim ourselves as Team
Purple.
Perp.
That's what we thought our color was going to be, was purple.
And we just like purple.
Yeah.
So we also made purple shirts, as you've probably seen, and so we also have the purple Funstoppable shirt.
Yeah. But it's a way for us to spread our message, connect with our fans. Also, a portion of the proceeds go to Give Kids the World, which is a charity we like to support every year that basically gives opportunities and experiences for kids with life-threatening illnesses. So
to bring some more joy into life.
Yeah, exactly. Bring some more fun into their life. So that's what we're doing.
All in the Funstoppable
spirit.
Like, you want to tell people you're Funstoppable.
Also, sorry I interrupted you.
No,
I was going to say we have these sweet tags that are on each shirt, custom made. It has like our little C logo, it was like with this but combined with Colorado. And then we also have our new Team Fun logo, which you might have seen in the intro.
Yes,
with
made
our
by my
stick
friend
figures. Sarah
Nicholson, also at Petite Press.
Yeah.
She's an amazing artist.
Yeah. Thank you so much for making that. It's hilarious. We love it. And you get to kind of share that with us. So that's good stuff. We're on the side of a mountain. We're literally let me do that again. Hold on. We're about to just start the next episode, so stay tuned. We're literally about to record it right now.
Yeah.
Also, leave comments, ask us questions.
Yeah.
Well, we want to try to do a better job of interacting. Ask us questions about other teams. Ask us more specific questions about how we did this or how we got there. We have the behind-the-scenes knowledge that you want.
Yeah.
That juicy.
Ask us.
So,
good questions.
Good questions. Cool.